Dr. Drew. Dr. Drew is a board-certified physician and addiction medicine specialist. Phone number for Loveline, 1-800-LVE-191. Tonight, our guest is Kelli Williams from The Practice, which is Sunday nights, ABC, 10 o'clock. And I got to be honest, I've never seen The Practice because we're always here.
Oh, that's right. It would be on right now.
But I've heard it's a really good show, and I'm not just paying you lip service. There's been about 3 or 4 shows that I haven't seen that I've heard nothing but good things. Sports Center is another one of those shows I've never seen and heard good things about. But The Practice, I've heard great things for a few years about that show, although I've never seen it.
It's a good show. People are now finally watching it, which is nice. We've been on 3 years.
It's been sort of, I was just reading it in the bio, and I thought, geez, it almost felt like a new show because for the first year and a half it was on, you didn't hear that much about it. Maybe even 2 years it was on. Although I remember the initial launch, and I remember seeing billboards and stuff.
I thought it was last year that launch occurred.
Drew, you don't like it because it's about lawyers.
No, I don't.
Drew doesn't like lawyers. Doctors and lawyers, they're like ants and termites. They don't like each other, even though they need each other to exist, if you really think about it. Oh, no, you don't need lawyers, do you, Drew?
I'm...
All right, but you don't... Kelly's just an actor. She just portrays a lawyer.
Right.
She plays...
You don't have to take it out on me.
She plays Lindsay Dulce. She's an ambitious young lawyer, as opposed to the lethargic young lawyer.
Yeah, I am. Well, also, we moved around a lot. We were on many different nights, so now that we're on Sunday at 10 and staying, it's pretty good.
Is it a situation where people know it's a good show and the suits know it's a good show and the critics know it's a good show and that's why it's been around for 3 years?
I think that ABC sort of promised David Kelly that it would stay if they moved him around as much as they did, and then they realized that it was a good show.
Right.
And then it got critical acclaim, so they felt like, oh, we were never going to cancel your show. We loved your show from the start, which they did.
Right.
And then when we won the Emmy is what really, a few Emmys, is what really did it. And then people now really know the show.
Hold on, let me explain something to Drew. Drew, an Emmy is a statue that they give to people who are good on TV. Only TV. Movies, totally different thing.
What do they give them?
That's a Tony.
Oh,
that's different.
I've heard of those.
Shh, just go with me. That's the Tonys. Okay.
You like those?
Yeah. I throw a party with all my gay friends. So it seems to me, just as a casual observer of television, Lord knows we're on MTV, so it's not like real TV.
Yeah.
If a show is good and the network is willing to keep it around long enough, people will eventually get on board, and it's word of mouth, and it's critical acclaim, and it's awards, Emmys, and the like. But it seems like the word is out now, and it's building.
Yeah, I think the word is out. Before, because David Kelly does Ally McBeal, and we're sort of like the stepchild that didn't get as much attention.
Right.
And that's kind of shifted now, which is nice for us. But it was cool because before we would do it, we worked, and work's the same, but people never saw it. They're like, oh, yeah, I've heard about it. And now we're still doing the same work, but people are actually sort of applauding us, which is really cool. It's all about David Kelly. He's the man.
Yeah, he does. What else has he done, or what else does he do besides The Practice and Ally McBeal?
He writes all of them.
Oh, that is nuts.
All of them, and he has a normal life.
And he's married to Michelle Pfeiffer, isn't he?
And he has 2 kids.
If I was married to Michelle Pfeiffer, I'd just be home receiving oral sex. I wouldn't be able to write anything.
From home.
She must have an aunt or something.
What's his name?
Oh, please. And maybe that's the way he gets his work done. I don't know. But I'm amazed at these guys who... My whole plan is to create something, pawn it off on somebody, and then just go down to the mailbox and see if I can't hammer a check. The idea of writing every episode for a show I created would be some sort of bad dream. You know what I mean? You want to you create a couple of hit shows, and now you have to write for both of them. The humanity.
He loves it, too.
Is he a good guy?
Yeah, he's really nice. He's very private. He's just writing all the time.
I hate guys like that. I hate guys who marry good-looking women and write and are real motivated and dedicated. There's something weird about him. There's a reason he's private. He's gay. She's a beard. Yes, that Michelle Pfeiffer's just a beard. And what an excellent beard,
And the kids?
Part of the act.
Yeah, they were hatched. they didn't come out of her. All right, you ready, Drew?
Let's go.
Those aren't her kids anyway, right? They must be from another wife. Hey, Sarah,
Yeah?
settle down there, baby.
I'm sorry.
You're 17 years old.
Yeah.
You're on with Kelli Williams from The Practice.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay. It's a little more than I'm just obsessed with sex. I become like a bitch if I don't have it. Sorry. And then
So does Adam.
I'm also like I can't like commit to one person either. I always like if I have a boyfriend or something, I'll screw up somehow.
All right. Drew, the wheels are turning.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
I'm
You know,
always like
something's going on here.
I've
Something's
always
going
liked
on.
older guys.
Oh, boy.
And right now I'm dating a 35-year-old.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Mm.
Who did what to you when?
What?
Who did what to you and when did they do it?
No,
Something happened.
Something happened, Sarah. Come on.
no, my stepmom beat like the hell out of me when I was
Okay.
like 7 until I was 12.
And then in there, did somebody get their paws on you
No,
also?
just my stepmom, and but it's
Were you raped or anything after
no,
that?
I wasn't. But she beat me up a lot
When did you lose your virginity?
when I was 15.
How old was the guy?
He was 18.
It's on the
15
border
is also
there.
too like when I don't like enjoy sex unless I'm being dominated.
Are you doing drugs when you... were
When
with
I
this
have
guy?
sex,
Yeah.
no.
Are you involved with drugs at all?
Sometimes when I don't have sex, I need something to like I feel like I have to have something else if I don't have sex.
Is your mom an alcoholic?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sarah, do you have some momentum with alcohol yourself?
Do I?
Yeah.
No, I don't really drink that much anymore.
Where's your dad?
Did you have some momentum with alcohol, though?
Did I have what?
Momentum with alcohol? Were you sort of drinking a lot for a while?
I was like when I was a freshman in high school and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
see, this is maybe true sexual addiction.
It's funny when a 17-year-old was talking about back in the day.
Yeah.
Just like anybody. When she was in the service, she did a little drinking. She had a good time, but, you never knew.
I'm going to be 18 in a couple months,
Oh,
or
okay.
in like a month, and I'm going on interviews to be a stripper right now.
Oh, Sarah, but we would predict that.
Do you go ahead and just fax ahead your bio, or do you have to show
I
up?
call in and I say I'm interested in becoming a dancer. I'm going to be 17, or I'm going to be 18 in this amount of days.
We haven't heard about your dad yet, because this thing about needing to be...
There's a lot of sexuality
a lot
here.
of male problems here. Needing to be...
Let's hear about your dad.
My dad.
Yeah.
Well, my dad was really the only person that ever took care of me.
Until?
Well, my mom and dad got divorced when I was like 1,
Yeah.
and my mom just left me with my dad most of the time. And when I was with my mom, she'd left me with a babysitter, or I'd wake up and she'd be with a different guy in her bed.
Having sex.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were exposed to her having sex at a very young
Yeah,
age.
and my dad,
All right.
my dad never brought his girlfriends over. And
All right, but look, that
but
is
what-
a form of sexual
But her
abuse. right
dad picked a Carolla DeVille
I know. Well,
as
She
a,
was
as a
actually- She was
stepmom.
actually my preschool teacher.
there. No, it's not the stepmom. It's her mom, right?
No, well, my
Stepmom.
my stepmom beat me up.
Yeah.
Stepmom.
So I'm saying your
4 years.
dad married an abusive alcoholic.
No, my mom's an alcoholic. My stepmom wasn't.
Your
Oh,
stepmom
okay.
was your preschool teacher?
Yeah.
Well, I'd lift her license immediately. But your dad still went and married a woman who beat you.
But my dad didn't know. I didn't tell him.
Yeah, but listen, here's the thing. You don't know this when you're young, but when you get older, you know people that beat kids or do anything that's despicable. I mean, if your antenna isn't
Well,
bent,
he
you should
divorced
know.
her as soon as he found out.
He what?
He divorced her as soon as he found
Well,
out.
how long was she beating you?
Like 3 years.
Well,
I took care of. She wake me up in the middle of the night. Like I have 4 little brothers and sisters from her. I have 3 brothers and a sister. And she'd
she's
wake
beating
me up
them.
in the middle of the night and make me like I have twins. And she'd wake me up. I was like in 2nd grade. She'd wake me up and tell me to go take care of them, like and feed them. And I'd feed one of them, and the other one would wake up.
Oh, your breast must have been so sore.
When did your dad let you down?
My dad kind of like he's always there for me. Like
When until what?
So you're in what, 2nd grade?
no, like money wise and stuff. He like if I
Yeah, but
when did
listen,
the
your dad did something to you emotionally.
no, he did. Oh well.
Please.
What do you do? What do you do?
What do you do? Well, I don't really know. My dad's he's really, he yells a lot, and he scares me. I'm very afraid of my dad.
All right. That doesn't sound like a great guy either.
But he's my dad.
Yeah, your mom was your mom too, and so it's your stepmom.
No, I don't
they
like my
all let you down in
Like,
a
I don't
major
like
way.
my mom at all.
Yeah, but Sarah,
think my
look,
mom was my
okay,
mom.
here's the basic construct here. I mean, I think Sarah's an alcoholic. And although she hasn't manifested much of the disease yet, she's beginning to manifest the behaviors. The biology is driving her to compulsively seek sex. She's had momentum with alcohol. She needs to fill that void she experiences on a daily basis because of these abandoning, abusive caretakers she had. And she's doing that with sex right now. All that chaos is built into her relationship. She needs to be constantly in a position of power in relation to men, and that's why she's going down to the stripping act now.
Right.
It's all a mess. I mean, a total mess.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, this is bad news for Sarah.
It's bad news for Sarah, but it's good news for the patrons of the strip club. It really is. A young 17-and-a-half-year-old up there. All right, Sarah, listen, you're heading down one of those roads, baby. You're just at the mouth of the river, but it's
the Mississippi.
And it's filled with just crocodiles and snake oil salesmen and gamblers, and it's going to be hell. So before you launch off from the shore, you better think about it. Because believe me, we know what the future is, because we're going to talk to about 5 of them who are 5 years older than you are and have been through what you've been through in a week, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we talk to the future Sarahs in the world.
Constantly. But Sarah's really on a fast track.
All right.
And I would hope she would get some help and try to deal with some of these issues. So some of it might be...
And don't be in so much denial with your dad. Your dad is not a great guy. Your dad let this woman beat you for 3 years.
All the parents let her down. Major abuse and letdown.
Okay.
I mean, that needs help to deal with that.
Did you belch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that pathetic?
Just go ahead and get your mouth away from the mic.
No.
Danielle?
Hi.
You're 17?
Yeah.
You were on hold last night for 2 hours?
Yeah.
And we didn't get to you?
Yeah.
Okay, well, just hang on 1 second.
Anna, did you take a Quaalude tonight before you got here?
I went to the dentist today.
Oh.
Why? Am I slow?
But just in meter, not in cognition.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The cadences?
Yeah.
Cadence is tough?
Yeah.
Huh. Should I pick up the pace a little
I
bit?
can't tell. I've just met you, so.
Oh,
Well,
all
she's
right.
falling asleep over here. For
All right.
crying out
No,
loud.
I'm
What does
getting
that
used
do?
to the rhythm here.
I'll get it together. Danielle?
Did you take
Danielle?
Quaalude?
No, I didn't take a Quaalude. Do you have any? I've never taken a real Quaalude. They stopped making them. Please. I went to the dentist, and it took a little something out of me. I got my teeth cleaned today. Thanks for the compliment, Drew.
And that took something out of you, getting your teeth cleaned?
I had to sit in that chair for 2 hours. I'd be
Let
tortured.
me translate. He walks through the doors of the dentist's office and grabs the nitrous
You don't
tank,
let,
does not let it go.
Don't like the dentist.
Just it doesn't even wait for the mask. Just turns the valve and just sits there. And they work on him when he's on the floor. He never makes it to the chair.
I have it pumped into the waiting room, and they work on me.
Okay, so he's
Set a couple chairs up in the waiting room.
breathing when he exhales. It's still nitrous. filling the
No,
room.
I didn't get the nitrous, jackass. You understand?
No,
I got the
I don't believe
cleaning.
you.
I went to a new dentist.
Oh.
All right, I'll tell you all about it after we talk to Danielle. Danielle?
Hi.
Hey, you're 17. What's going on?
Okay, by the way, you did get to me, but for 2 seconds, and then, you had to hang up on me.
Right.
Yeah. But anyway, okay, I have this problem where I'm attracted to, gay guys. But not...
Well, who isn't?
Well, yeah, but it's not just, gay guys, but it's, if they don't... I look for the potential to be gay. And if they're, not, I'll bring it out of them. I don't know what that is.
the potential to be gay guys. That's a new
Fear
twist.
of commitment?
Yeah, they're safe guys, aren't they?
Yeah, it's I'll go for them or pretty boys or guys with low self-esteem or something like that. And I'll the guys with low self-esteem, I'll build them up so they'll have a better self-esteem, and then I'll think that I'm not good enough for them anymore, and then they should go find someone better, to go with their new thing. And
You
then
need to be fixing people all the time, huh?
Yeah. And
Why do you think that is?
I don't know.
Give us some guesses. Some
You
hints.
seem to know a lot of... you seem to have a handle on everything else, Danielle.
Guess.
Well, no, you're Adam's right. I mean, you're reasonably insightful as to what you're doing. The question is, do you have any insight as to where it came from?
Well, I'm guessing it has something to do with them being sort of less threatening,
Let me toss something out. I mean, this is a typical cause of this would be an alcoholic parent
No.
or an abandoning parent. Somebody left you. That's
Well, I kind of have a weird family thing
what's the deal?
going. Okay. I was adopted, and my real dad was died of heroin overdose or something weird.
All right. That when I say alcoholic, addict applies as well.
But my adopted parents, my dad used to beat the crap out of my mom all the time,
and like I was only like witness to it like once, and then like they got divorced, and now like her whole new marriage, all they do is like fight, and it's like weird.
Well, wait a minute.
Imagine that mom picking
another bad guy.
Imagine that.
You think she would have learned her lesson with heroin addict number one? I can't imagine that. We've never experienced that on this show.
Never.
No.
Well, wait. How were you adopted, though?
No, see, like, the heroin addict, that was from, like, my real mom. Like, that whole, like, I was adopted as a baby kind of thing.
All right, so we're abusive dad number one, then.
Yeah.
Oh, well, wait a minute. How old were you when you were adopted?
Like, baby-ish.
Give us a number.
I don't know, like 1?
So you're 1, and your biological mother...
I met her, though, like, when I was, like, in 6th grade. She's, like, better now.
She was a heroin addict, too?
No, she's fine. She's got, like, 3 other kids.
Is that why she gave you up?
No, she, like, didn't have enough money to take care of me, and then she had, like, one after me when she found a better guy.
After the father died, because you're
The heroin
biological, right?
So the people who adopted you did what?
They were, like, fine, except for my dad was, like, all into, like, cheating on my mom and, like, beating the crap out of her.
Except for that, they're perfect.
Except for the philandering and the beatings?
Yeah.
Everything was fine? So storybook. Is it storybook romance except for the beatings and the philandering?
Leave it to Beaver.
But I'm stumped, Drew. Just the beating and the philandering, that was it?
When she left the beating, philandering a-hole, got another one.
He's, like, nice. They just...
He's nice. He just beats her.
All right. Listen, Danielle,
Yeah.
here's what's going on. Kelly,
Yeah.
you just agree with me. Drew, don't say anything. I'm going to tell you what's going on because we spend too much time on this call. Every guy in your life has been horrible. They've either died or, OD'd or beat somebody or cheated on somebody. So you are too scared to get intimate or at least be in an intimate relationship with a guy because you're scared they're going to be taken away either by the Grim Reaper or the cops or the neighbors or whoever took everyone away from you. So you look for guys who you couldn't possibly have a real relationship with. Well, who could be better than gay men? You can never have a real intimate relationship with them unless you get them drunk. And it's still, if I take it from me, it's not what it's cracked up to be. So that's why you chase guys that are unavailable. Just replace gay with sort of unavailable.
And the fixing part, I'm sure, is what she did with these broken parents, was spent her whole life piecing them together and keeping them contained.
Right.
And now that's what she looks for in relationships. Wait a minute, tell us about the dentist.
Oh, man. Well, I went to, I got to give him a shout out, Dr. Pfeiffer.
Yeah.
Over there in Woodland Hills. There's 2 of them. This is one of them. They're going to be pissed if they're listening because there's 2 Pfeiffers in Woodland Hills. I don't know which one this guy is. Oh, it's Mike. That's what it is. And he cleaned my teeth.
Yeah.
And they got this new bleach thing.
Oh, did you get it done?
They got the bleaching thing done.
No wonder you're there for so long.
I don't see it.
Oh, please, Drew, don't ruin the... I'm trying to give the guy his props.
Okay.
Come on, they're 10
Ooh,
shades
it's so
whiter.
bright, I can't.
Well, the first thing they do when they whiten your teeth is they have a tooth wheel that they hold up next to your tooth. It's like color swatches at the paint store.
Oh, my gosh.
And they range from like 1A to 1B.
Yeah, which is yellow like that to white like that.
Right. And he's pointing at the K-Rock sign. And it gets down, the worst you can be is 4. Well, what do you think my 2 front teeth were,
4,
by the way?
4.
4. And you know what I don't like about the goddamn dentist? Why do I always got to be the worst? You know what I mean? I'm always the worst when they're checking about how much my gum has receded, and they go, well, the natural range would be between 2 millimeter and 3 millimeter. How many am I? 3 feet! Why do I always got to be the worst?
It has something to do with having not gone to the dentist in 14 years.
All right, well, maybe that's it. But, it's like, but do you ever get that feeling? It's like the same thing when the mechanic puts the car up on the rack and then he comes back and says, well, if you had a 1/2 inch of brake pad, I'd tell you had about another few thousand miles. If you had a 1/4 inch, I'd tell you it was time to do it soon. You have 1 micron of brake. Like you're always a worst case scenario. I think they must do it there. But anyway, he held up the tooth wheel and he discovered that the back of my mouth was 3s, which is pretty bad. That'd be like a
few threes
like
right
a
there.
D, but my front tooth were Fs. And then he asked me, I always get asked horrible questions, too, at the dentist, too. They look in my mouth for a while, and then they look up, then they look down at my mouth for a while, and they go, were you
Tetracycline?
You do any rodeo work at all? Or there's like bizarre questions that are semi-offensive.
Rodeo.
Hey, did you ever hold something in your mouth like a rope or something?
Spin around.
Spin, were you in the circus at all? He said to me, he looked at my mouth and he was looking at my front teeth and he said, have you ever received any blows to the mouth? What a horrible question for a dentist to ask you. Maybe just saw the way I filled out the patient application. I think he just localized it to the mouth. I said, well, I did a little boxing, and maybe that didn't. I don't know, but those front teeth. So anyway, they do the bleaching procedure, and I just drinking a cup of coffee here, dude.
Oh yeah.
Huh?
Oh yeah.
Huh?
They're white. Oh my God.
I got the little take-home thing too.
Oh, you're gonna keep doing it?
Yeah.
For how long?
Can you do just like the Rembrandt? Doesn't
No. Wait.
I need the industrial strength.
See those letters up there? That color?
That's what it was.
Adam's
That's what
teeth.
Oh, please, Drew.
Adam.
Oh, please. No one on the TV show ever told me to do anything.
Oh.
And don't tell me about any stories anyone was telling behind my back. Or
Behind your
anything.
back?
I'm gonna punch you.
You
Did they tell
and
me to do
The
it?
producers, the director, and the manager all talked to you the first couple of months, and you told them to go screw themselves.
Oh. You know what? I'm such an a-hole that people won't approach me about it. Like, my fly could be open and they'd be scared to say anything when we started the show. Drew, remind me not to be such an a-hole when we go back. But so the thing is I'm getting my teeth whitened, and they're putting the bleach on there. And where the hell was I? Oh, and he asked me if I'd had any blows to the mouth, which I didn't take as a good thing. The dentists are really cute because they always put like a poster of Yosemite on the ceiling. So you get to stare at, all right, I'm going to, all right, so what am I going to do? I'm going to get a six-pack, and then I'm going to go piss on Ansel Adams' grave when I get out of here. That's what I'm going to do. Now I hate Yosemite. Thanks. Now, forever I will think of Yosemite as root canal or painful. But here, I have a new invention. Because you know how I yell at the dentist every time I go in there? So my theory about dentistry is they've made no technological breakthroughs outside of cosmetic dentistry in the last 40 years. 110 years. You get a cavity, they drill it out, then they pack it full of crap. Done. But that's it from a technological standpoint. And the a-hole always brings the laser up, but they don't have one, and they don't know anyone who does. And I always yell at them for that, too. I go, well, and I give them the same speech every time. What have you guys done in the last 50 years? And they go, well, we do have the laser. And I go, okay, where is it? Go get the laser. I don't have one. Do you know it? No, I don't. Herb Finkelstein has one. He's in Connecticut.
My husband actually had the laser worked on
He
him.
did? He went to see Herb Finkelstein?
It's not a myth. They actually do have them. And
For
it
the
doesn't hurt
whitener?
because for all the cavities and all that kind of stuff.
Where'd he go to, like Pluto or something?
I don't know.
Was it in the United States?
I don't know. And he hates dentists just like you.
He must have went to like Bethesda in Maryland, where the president gets his
Walter Reed.
Went to Walter Reed Naval Hospital or something, because there's no one in the valley that possesses one of these lasers. Although they're all acutely aware of the laser, they love that laser. They always, like I said, that's always a shining example of technology. Although, as I told them, listen, until it's accessible to everybody, it's not real technology. But the guy was cool, and the guy was, doing my teeth and everything. And they always ask you this question: are your teeth sensitive to cold or hot? And well, yeah, I mean, a little bit. Okay. So what they would do is when they were done, they do the bleach procedure in like 3 procedures. I got the power bleaching, by the way. And another thing I was thinking about when I was driving home, which was, I don't need power put in front of bleach. Bleach is enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's enough, especially bleach in the mouth. You don't need power in front of the bleach that you're putting in your mouth. But apparently, you do it in one office visit, and they apply it and reapply it 3 times, and then you go home and you put this mouthpiece in for a half hour. But he's putting the bleach on, and they have this device that's, remember in Clockwork Orange, when they put the toothpicks in the guy's eyes? They got the same thing, but it's keeping my mouth open. It's a weird circular thing, and it looks like you put your mouth up against the aquarium, and you blew out. And you want, so you see all your teeth and all that. Like,
yeah, it's really attractive.
Like some kielbasa that was stuck to the upper part of my gum. It's like from someone's bar mitzvah 20 years ago. Everything's in there, and they're doing it. Okay, now the pain begins, because when they're done with the bleach, no no problem with the bleach, and they didn't, it's not something where they need to administer an anesthetic or anything like that. Everything's fine. But they have all this caked on bleach, and they got to rinse it off. And they take the water sprayer. The dentist water sprayer. Now, the dentist water sprayer just is tap water. Yeah. It's cold tap water, essentially. And if it's in the valley and it's in the morning and it's in the winter and it's coming out of the ground, it's going to be about 45, 50 degrees. And they spray that on your teeth to rinse this stuff away, and it's semi-excruciating. I mean, I was like,
You said you weren't sensitive to cold.
I told him I was sensitive to cold.
No, you did not. You just said you didn't.
Listen, jackass, shut Drew's mic off. Can you do that?
We gotta go to...
No, I'm not done yet. I'm not done. The point is this. They said, are you sensitive to cold or sensitive to hot? And I said, like anybody else. Anybody would be in excruciating pain. George Washington would scream with pain if you shot water this cold on his wooden teeth. Yes, jackass. Oh, you're such a lying bastard. Do not screw with my point. God damn you. Get out of here. I'm done with you. Go get some coffee. I want to talk to Kelly. It was painful. And I thought, why do they have to take cold water and shoot it on your teeth? They need a little water warmer thing.
I agree with you. Because I have sensitive teeth, and it always hurts when they put the cold water.
Why not take that water and warm it up to, let's say, 80 degrees or whatever?
Sensitive teeth, that's probably what they would have done.
No, they wouldn't, jackass. It comes out of the ground. There's no way to facilitate that. What are they going to do? What's she going to do? Run it through her legs or something? Like wrap the hose around her thigh once and jog in place? Just no way to put it in her mouth, swish it around, and then spit it into my mouth. Just no way to do that. The water comes out just like if you tapped a hose in the side of your house. It's whatever's coming out of the city system. That's the temperature. And in the winter, it's cold, and it hurts your teeth. So I told him, quit screwing around with the Yosemite posters and get something that warms this water up. That's a good invention. You don't make it hot. You make it just that nice Luke thing, and it feels very comfortable. It's like you're in the womb. Mm-hmm. All right, thanks, Kelly. Drew, stop crapping on my points. I'm so mad. All right. Kelli Williams is here from the practice. That's Sunday nights, ABC, 10 o'clock. We'll take a break. We'll be back. 10 o'clock. Drew had to check. Probably one of the only radio co-hosts who has to check and see if his mic's on.
That's right.
Do they turn it off ever?
Yeah, so it was just off.
Oh, they actually did turn it off when you said turn it off?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Brutal.
I turned theirs off permanently. You know what I'm saying, sister? Oh, yeah. Well, when Drew...
Better be careful.
Drew, when he rambles endlessly about something or tries to crap on one of my points...
You turn them off.
Turn them off immediately.
I see.
All right. Did you watch any Hollywood Squares tonight, Drew?
No.
We were on there.
How'd we do?
Dr. Drew and Adam, which I can't stand.
Why?
Well, because his name is Dr. Drew.
Right.
And my name is Adam Carolla. But because Dr. Drew only uses his first name, because it's a title. I mean, hell, it's like Dr. J.
Right.
I only get my first name used, too.
What would you like?
Well, my name. I mean, Adam Carolla.
Your full name. Okay.
Yeah, it's always...
It's like calling David Letterman just David.
But isn't that the same thing with you? You're Dr. Drew, but Drew's your first name, right?
Yeah, but it's the totality of my title.
Doctor.
That's it.
Okay, I see.
Doctor is his first name.
Right, okay.
It really is. I mean, that's his title in a way. And there may be a few other Drews, but there's not any other Dr. Drews, although there's a bunch of Adams.
The really weird thing is that the way the meter of our names go together, it should be Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Every night I do this
that
show.
does sound good.
Every goddamn night I do this show, and it's Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew, and then we go on some show, and it's Dr. Drew and Adam. And I can't stand that. And by the way, if I tell them, hey, by the way, it's Adam Carolla.
They don't care.
No, they'll say Drew's entire name.
Yeah.
And then my name. Then they'll do my last name. But they can't figure out that it's okay to do Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla. It's either last names or first names or both, but it has to be with both of us. Weird thing. Isn't that weird, Drew?
Yeah.
Drew, I got to talk to somebody because I know you don't care. It's Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew, for Christ's sake. No, I hate the only people worse than dentists are publicists. Could you imagine if a dentist married a publicist? Ooh. They'd give birth to they'd have like hooves. Their kids would have hooves. They'd like go for your jugular and then they'd charge you too much. You know what I mean?
But But how was the Hollywood Squares? I've yet to see one.
I watched for a half hour.
I watched last night, and
we didn't answer one question.
I watched last night, and they picked us at the end for the prize.
Yeah.
I've forgotten that happened.
I remember
now,
that.
do you know what you're going to answer when you're on that show?
You know
Or
the
you're not
question.
supposed to?
You know the question,
It's supposed to come up with bluffs, basically,
and they give you a
okay.
joke answer.
which are terrible.
Well, they weren't that bad.
We never used a
But
one.
you can change them if you
Well,
want, right?
they're not brilliant like me. I mean, no, you can say whatever you want,
okay.
which is one cool thing about the show. But they always put us in a middle square, not the center square, but a middle square, and people play diagonally. So we just sat there like a couple of schlubs the whole time. I watched the show. The show's a half hour. I watched for 45 minutes tonight, and they didn't ask us a question. Drew. I swear to God, I watched 2 games, and we just sat there like idiots. Next time we do Hollywood Squares, I'm going to bring something. Going to get something done, yeah. Like a crossword or something. Read up on like a stereo manual.
Not sure there will be a next time.
Oh, okay. Jacob,
Yeah,
you're 19.
yeah.
What's going on?
Well, I was wondering, all of the family on my mother's side is like either gay or bisexual, and I turned out gay, and I was wondering, like, is that hereditary, or how does that work?
Well, there are some theories about the hereditary predisposition for homosexuality, but you tell us.
But you grew up with these people. I mean, you can only inhale so much potpourri
Well, I
before
didn't
you...
grow up with them. I'm adopted.
Oh, you're adopted.
I've never had no contact with nobody but my real mother because the mother's side of my family is all prejudiced, so...
Are you sure you're gay? You don't
Yes, I
sound
am.
gay. You're that kind of deliverance gay. You know, that kind of backwoods gay?
No.
No, you're not?
No. I'm just out with it. The first thing I say is when I meet you, like, hi, my name is Jacob, I'm gay, so on and so forth. Get it out in the open with. I'm not embarrassed about it or nothing.
Right.
That's good.
I do the same
Nothing to
thing.
be
With,
embarrassed
I
about.
do the same thing with masturbation.
Exactly.
And then people always retreat their hand real quick. So what do you mean you come up to people and go, hi, my name's Jacob, I'm gay?
Like if I meet somebody and they're like they're introducing themselves, I introduce myself, and it's like, okay, they see me, I act funny, I talk with my hands a lot. They're like, what's wrong with you, dude? You talk with your hands. So like, well, I'm gay, that's why I talk with my hands. I got a feminine side because I'm adopted, and I'm just raised by my mother, no dad, no nothing. So it's like, hey, what else is more?
Well, Jacob, let's just take it from here. You're gay, fine. How's everything else going?
It's going okay, but I'm having a problem lately. It's like, how do I put this? I'm only having attractions to one certain ethnic people. Like, I only like Mexican dudes. I won't have nothing to do with white people, black people, nothing. I can have them as friends, but like physically attracted, I'm only attracted to Mexicans. I was like, what is up with that?
What are you?
I'm black and French.
Uh-huh. Well, it's sort of a preference, I guess. I mean, there's a lot of white guys that are just into black chicks, and black chicks are into white guys, and, you know, I mean, there's people have preferences.
It's just a type that you...
Yeah, I don't think you need to figure that
What I don't
out.
understand is like,
I want to hear more
when I was 8
about...
years old, I was raped by a Mexican dude.
You were how old?
When I was 8, and it was like, okay, if I was raped by a Mexican dude, why would I...
Well, this is what I was asking when
You're trying to master it.
Yeah, and this is what I was asking when I said is there anything we should know about your environment? I mean, in this show, people that are sexually abused by males frequently become gay or bisexual.
Oh, okay.
And
I
so-
thought it was something hereditary.
Well, there may be something hereditary to it, but you certainly have the sort of usual history here that we hear about an awful lot.
Yeah.
And whether or not you have to have some genetic predisposition also is sort of an unknown, but we can tell you the pattern on this program, the kinds of people that call us, the pattern is sexual abuse by a male, you get pretty spun in terms of your sexual identity. And in terms of the preference, the pattern that we're talking to here all the time on this show is the acting out of traumas repeatedly in your adult life. Something happens to you bad when you're 6, you go ahead and find people to recreate those traumas over and over
Who was the
again.
Mexican guy who raped you?
I don't know. They finally caught him. He's the dude that did it, like, lived right next door to the public pool where I used to go to all the time. It was like, I was walking home, and he lived right next door, and there was an alley behind his house and stuff. So he just pulled me back there, and I did what he had to do, and they caught him, like, I say about 3-4 days later, they gave him 3 months and a $5,000 fine. That was that. Don't ask me what the fine was for, but that's the only thing they did.
I'm sure he learned his lesson.
Ugh.
Oh, please.
How many times did they do that after that?
Oh, listen. That's why anybody who rapes any little boys needs to be killed. I believe it. It's no hobby. That's what you're into. And this is the way we got to treat society. It's like there's certain, animals. You take these, Mediterranean fruit flies or these killer bees from Africa or whatever it is. We've decided as a society that they must be eradicated. They're no good for us. They're not bad, but they're not good for us. And once we decide that something's not good for us, like guys sodomizing 8-year-olds, and then we decide as a society they're no good and we got to get rid of them, let's just get rid of them.
And he just gets a fine and 3 months in jail? That's ridiculous.
Well, I'm sure there's more to the story than what we're hearing, but the point is whatever you're into, you're into. I mean, Kelly, you're into guys, I'm sure. And that's the way it's going to be. Sure, a little experimenting in college, perhaps. I know your actor. I know the actress type.
No.
Oh, believe me. I know the actress type.
Yeah.
Don't worry. You got a beret. It's not lesbianism. It's just experimentation. Sure. I like the big boobs. Drew likes to watch me with the chicks with the big boobs. We all have our own thing. And whatever it is we're into, we're into. No one's going to take that away from us.
Yeah.
Hey, this guy's into little boys just like I'm into the big boobs. You couldn't wrestle that away from me.
Who likes only Mexican guys is sort of repeating stuff that guy did to him.
Of course.
So I just wonder what his relationships are like with those guys.
They're not good.
Yeah,
they're not good. I was going to tell Jacob, just don't get pregnant, and I thought about it. Well, don't worry about it. Listen, we talk to female versions of Jacob, and our biggest fear is, Jacob's been through a lot, and he's a lot of counseling away from getting it together, and I wish him well and all that. But he's not going to screw up anybody else. We get 19-year-old versions of Jacob calling who are females who are going to have their third kid.
Yeah.
And they're screwing them up. And that's the thing that's saddest. So, Jacob, look into it, buddy, because you got a lot to look into. All right, let me sell one of these calls, and then we'll go to break. Josh.
Yeah?
You're 17?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Josh?
Yeah?
I'm going to put you on hold for about 20 minutes, okay?
Okay.
Maybe a half hour.
Okay.
All right.
Tell
All
him
right.
why, so we can prepare for the next time we actually...
Because people have to come on the air and speak. If they just say yeah, and then you tell them to go and they say yeah, then they can just sit in purgatory for 45 minutes. I rule with an iron fist on this show. I don't know if you've noticed that.
I have.
Kelly's impressed.
I wear a velvet glove, but inside the velvet glove, my penis. You thought I was going to say the iron fist, but I realized it felt good. So I put my penis on. All right.
Yeah, the Quaaludes wearing on.
Yeah. All right. Kelli Williams is here from the practice. That's Sunday night, ABC, 10 o'clock. We're going to break. We'll come back. Hey, Loveline. Phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Kelly. Yeah, sorry. Screwed your name up there. Kelli Williams is here from the practice. Sunday nights, ABC, 10 o'clock. This is a good show, everybody. That's what I hear. Kelly's been telling me how good this show is. The whole commercial. No, they won an Emmy.
Yeah, it won a few. It won Best Supporting Actress and Best Show and Best Writing.
Best show.
Best show, Best Drama.
That's right.
Completely freaked us out. We didn't think we'd win.
That's right. I was watching that.
Yeah.
And who'd you beat out? Who else was it?
ER, NYPD Blue, The X-Files.
Shows I've heard of.
The big one.
Very popular shows.
Yeah.
And you guys got the best. God, that is some pretty serious competition.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it's that way every year or whatever, but those are all just amazingly huge
or maybe
shows.
they are nominated every year. We were like the new show, so it was sort of like new blood type of thing. I don't know. I mean, I think the show's good, but
yeah, don't minimize the achievement.
But,
That's pretty good.
No, it was great, but we just were so surprised. We didn't think we'd win. We just thought being there was.
Where was that, at the Shrine? Where's that?
Yeah,
It used to be at the Pasadena.
It's downtown by USC, so it's the Shrine.
Right. Oh,
Yeah.
You hit the
it's
stage and did
But
the...
it's pretty boring, I have to say. You sit there for 4 hours. I had to leave halfway through and pump because I'm breastfeeding, which was pretty interesting.
Really?
Yeah, I was sort of a
Oh, man.
full cup size larger, had to go and pump.
And
Yeah.
where do you pack the pump?
It's in the limo.
It's got wheels on it. I mean, do you have to pull it in behind you?
I could have brought it in, but I didn't because I thought I could, deal with it for all those hours.
It's in the...
And so it was in the limo, so we had
Right.
to get the limo. The limo came down. I got in there. My husband came with me to just keep me company.
Sure.
We're in the limo for like 10, 15 minutes, and then I leave, and I'm adjusting my dress, and I'm sure the valet guys thought we were doing something else, but I was...
The guy who's driving the limo was like, no tip. That's cool.
Yeah.
I'll just watch you pump a little longer. And the way those pumps work is you put them over the breast, you extract the milk,
Yeah.
and you save the milk.
Yes, you do.
And if you don't pump it out, you will reabsorb it.
No. You get
It'll get very
engorged.
painful.
It'll really get, it'll heave.
It's like a little, like I felt like I had like bad implants, like very, like implants gone wrong.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you feel. Not that you know how that feels, but...
No, but I can, you know what? I can imagine.
You know?
I know how a woman feels.
Yeah.
I know what it feels like when you have like a cyst on your ovary. I
Yeah.
know what that feels
Okay.
like. I know what it's like when you break a nail before you're going out on a big night.
It's terrible, huh?
Yeah, I can completely sympathize. So you pump the milk. How much milk can you get out in one
Well,
pump?
because it had been quite a few hours, I got 6 ounces out, which is a pretty good amount.
That's one of those mini beers.
Right.
It's not a full beer. And how long does it take to get 6 ounces out of you?
15 minutes.
Yeah, 15 minutes.
And how often you have to pump when you're sort of at your peak?
I would pump about every 3 hours. I
And-
went like 4 or 5 that night. That's why I got sort of engorged.
And you save the milk for your kid?
There's a little freezer bag that comes with the pump, and you stick it in there, and I put it in the freezer that night. And
See, this is all the stuff I don't want to think about. I don't want to see my wife pulling down her taffeta dress and pumping when we're at the awards show, and it's just too bizarre. Yeah, my whole problem is I don't like women. I don't like the look of them as mama.
right, so you'll have to leave the room when that happens.
Yeah, I'd have to leave. I think I have
Because
to leave the state. Maybe more in the room.
Yeah.
And so you pump. You have to pump every 3 hours, unless the child is with you, in which case you could feed the
Right.
child. But would the child, if the child was with you continuously, would you need the pump?
No.
No.
If he took continuously, sometimes it's tough to get the guys to cooperate.
And then, so you pump, and then if you're at home, you just put it in the fridge, and then give
Because
that
I get a
through
supply,
the bottle.
I get a freeze some milk. So if I'm gone, or if let's say I had to take medication or anything, then there's milk for him to drink.
Right, you have like a milk bank.
Right.
And where could one get that? I mean, if one needed that, and
Milk?
didn't have that, that kind of milk.
No, you switch to formula.
There's no bank like a blood bank.
There's no breast milk pool to pull
Well, why
from.
not?
Well,
I mean, if there's blood, you can swap blood.
There have been like
Wet nurse?
wet nurses and
In human history. but
In history,
that would
but
not be.
not-
Don't have those
now.
anymore?
No.
Hey, could I get one of those even if I didn't have a kid? I mean, just to have
A wet
around?
nurse?
You've been looking for one for a long time, right? I know, but we're not going to supply one tonight, okay?
All right. Oh, the whole pumping thing. I do the same thing with my scrotum.
It's not your scrotum.
It's about every 3 hours, and
Yeah.
it starts to build up, and I have to just relieve it.
The pressure's
Yeah,
too
it
much.
ain't 6 ounces, though. That's a tall order, I got to tell you. Yeah, it starts to build up, and it gets real painful. It's about every 3 hours. As a matter of fact, it's been about 2:45. Well,
On the next break.
next break, yeah.
Okay.
Kevin,
Hey, what's up?
you're 17.
What's up?
What's going on? I have to pull my dress up. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, I love your show, Kelly.
Thank you.
Do you use a
Thank
pump?
you.
Yeah. Oh, is this, wait a minute. Oh, this,
Like my show.
whose show do you like?
Well, I like both of yours, but I like Kelly's.
Oh, okay.
Thanks.
Sorry.
Yeah. My question is, I want to know, like, why easy girls are, like, attracted to me. You know what I mean? Like, they seem to want, like, they come up to me, and it's always the ones who turn out to be really easy.
You know, why is that a problem?
Well, I don't know. I'm kind of tired of it. I'm looking for, like, a nice, down-to-earth girl, you know?
Well, so go find one.
Well, I mean, it's hard, you know, because you see a pretty girl, you want to go talk to her, and then she turns out to be just like that. And then the ones who come up to me are the ones who turn out to be like that.
Well, then don't do something with them. Do you always sleep with them or make out with them when they're easy?
Well, I mean, I can't. It's hard to resist, physical urges, and I do. I don't sleep around with all these girls. I hold back.
Okay, listen. The reason easy girls come up to you is because that's what easy girls do. They come up to people. I mean, not every easy girl, but what I mean is it's one of these process of elimination type of questions, or it's more of a the answers
Cause
in the
or
question.
effect,
Yeah. What do easy girls do? Well, they're easy. How do you become easy? You walk up to guy, you walk across the party, you walk up to the guy and you start saying hi to him, and that then makes you slightly easier than the ones you have to go pull out of the limo who are pumping their breasts. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he's slightly easy himself, though.
Yeah,
but
this is
one of
a
these-
ridiculous question. Who
But
cares?
look, he's one of these. He is sort of an abusive, misogynistic guy, and he attracts people who are looking for those sorts of relationships.
All right.
The people that can't
He
resist.
needs to not do anything with
Kevin.
these women.
Yeah, that's right.
Kevin, stop wearing so much jewelry. You understand? That'll slow him down a little bit. Hey, Josh.
Yeah. Hi.
Okay, you're gonna
Oh,
be a
this
little.
is Josh from before.
You gonna be a little nicer now, Josh?
Sure.
Okay. That was close.
We got to go to break anyway, so.
That was close. What's your question, Josh?
Okay. I found a pack of condoms in my dad's car about a week ago, and I want to know if he's cheating on my mom.
Wow.
That's interesting.
How do you know he's not using them with your mom?
Well, that's the problem. I don't. But I just saw him. It totally freaked me out.
Do you suspect your dad of cheating other than the condom thing?
Yeah.
You do.
Why?
Well, because he's not really affectionate to my mom. He mouths off to her a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a good relationship with him?
With him?
Can you talk to him?
Not really.
It's weird though. If I'm cheating, I'm not going to mouth off. I feel too guilty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
doesn't mean he's not. Usually when guys cheat, they start buying flowers and stuff. My new girlfriend, Kelli Williams, is here. We just had a baby. She's from The Practice, Sunday nights, ABC, 10 o'clock.
Don't you get tired of saying that every time we come back? You don't
No.
have to say it next time if you don't want.
Now, you know
This show
what?
is so huge, Adam. She doesn't need your help.
It's good radio.
Good, all right.
I can't stand it when I'm listening to a radio show and there's somebody talking
And you don't know who it is?
and I don't know who it is. And what'll happen is you'll hear it 10 times a night. It'll sound like a lot, but it'll only average to be about every 20 minutes.
Okay.
And you're sitting in your car and you're listening for 15 minutes and you can't figure out who the voice is on the other side. That's
So
why
I should thank you then.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, I'm plugging away. Now when we were who were we speaking to? Oh, Josh. Josh is 17. His
mom doesn't have a license. We can't figure out why.
Josh is a man of few words, and I think his dad must be too. But his dad's a little bit of an a-hole, right?
Right.
Mom doesn't have a license, and there were condoms in the car. Josh suspects cheating, and the dad is always popping off at Mom anyway. Josh?
Yeah.
Why doesn't your mom have a license?
I don't know. She always relied on rides from her clients.
Clients?
Yeah.
What does she
cleans
do?
Houses.
She what?
She cleans their houses.
Cleans their house.
Yeah, but you don't know why she doesn't have a license.
No, I don't think she really wants to get one either.
Why?
I don't know.
Could she afford a car?
No, we don't really have a lot of money.
Okay.
Maybe she's afraid to drive. I've known people who are afraid to drive.
Yeah. I have some of my friends' moms that don't want to drive on the freeway. Always like that one.
Yeah.
I'll drive, but not on the freeway. Okay, no. What are you, nuts? Hey, Josh.
Yeah?
You don't want to confront your dad, I don't think.
No.
Why don't you just leave this one alone?
It's between your mom and you. You're not responsible for this. It's sad, but,
But won't that sort of deteriorate his relationship with his father?
it sounds like it's pretty...
Doesn't sound like
Already?
it's great anyway.
And it might be a volatile situation.
How much do you like your dad, Josh?
Well, like day in, day out, I get mixed feelings about him.
Yeah. And you think he's cheating?
Yeah.
Can you communicate with your dad?
Like, how communicate?
Well, what if you did what he would do, which is you just said, hey, I was, cleaning out the car and I found a whole case of condoms in there. What's going on with that? Just do it that way. You could even do it jokingly. What happened in here? I mean, I just found all these condoms. Are they yours? Or What's going
I
on?
could do that.
Huh?
I could do that.
Yeah. And then he would either lie or he would explain himself, but you would know at that point probably whether
Or
he was
get
cheating
pissed
or
off
not.
and start attacking. That's another way to do it.
No, he couldn't. Oh, shush up, Drew. I'll
That's
give the
what-
guy some solid advice.
No, it's reasonable advice. But
He's
I'm
not going to
just
get pissed off and start attacking if you do it in a sort of just, hey, I'm curious. I just found this in the car.
But I'm getting a real sense that Josh's dad is a big league a-hole.
Well, not just like
Not just-
triple A a-hole.
No, this is a jackhole a-hole.
Not a triple a-hole.
Yeah, triple A.
Okay. All right.
In which
so
case he would just get defensive.
I would
and
just
angry.
move on.
Yeah.
And listen, do you really want to know? My God. I stopped talking to my dad when I was like 15. I didn't want to know anything. I mean, he's a nice guy and everything, but I didn't want to know if he was cheating or getting it on or
That's
what
when
the
he was
hell he
wearing
was
those
doing.
pants that lace up in the front and the back, though.
Yeah, it was about 77. Yeah, the big afro and the clear sunglasses. My dad wore glasses, not sunglasses. My dad wore glasses that were non-prescription glasses. He had a little phase. Do you remember when it was a bit of a fashion statement just to wear some glasses?
Yeah.
Some, like, clear glasses? Yeah, and he's got hair, worse than mine. Worse than mine, and it was out to here. And he had the big beard. He looked like the guy in the back of the Boston album cover. If you ever look at the Boston's first record, there's a guy who looks just like me. Big afro, big beard, clear glasses, platform shoes, or plats, as he called them, I think. Pants that laced up in the front and the back, Afghan shirt. Hey, he looked like Fred McMurray before that, but he got divorced and, he had to get laid. It was 1977, and he was back out on the market again, so he had to hip it up. That's the thing. When guys are married for 20 years and they get married in, 1959, they'll wear the same brown suit their entire life. Where are they going? And then they get divorced, and if you're unfortunate enough to get divorced in 1976, you're screwed.
It was unfortunate.
Yeah, now you got to go out and buy. So what do? Well, I'm single. I got to go out and get a new wardrobe. And what's hanging on the? Where are you going to get that wardrobe?
White vest.
You come back with a white. Yes, he had a white vest. He had a white vest with a dickie. He had like a fake. He had the fake turtleneck and the white vest. Oh yeah,
Leave it open always.
White vest and the. I think he had the white pants that laced up in the front and the back with the flares that hung over
And a man bag.
the plats. Yeah. Guys had like almost like clutches they had back then. It was hip for a while for a guy to carry what you didn't call it a purse, but it usually was leather and it had
It's like an organizer, like a Dave.
No.
It was zipped up. It was like
Yeah,
a
but
little...
you'd zip it up like.
See, you're getting into the 80s and getting into yuppie-dom.
Oh.
Yeah,
Now,
attaché.
you're getting into Yuppieville. I'm talking about
purse.
a place where you kept your stash. Something akin to a Boda bag, not an organizer.
Yeah.
You're
No,
thinking
I'm thinking a man bag, like a purse, but you just call it a little like a...
yeah, but you're still in the early
the
80s.
80s?
You're not
Okay.
in the mid to late 70s. That was a little more. That was the arts and crafts
Sack.
thing.
More of a sack, yeah.
Yeah, remember when everything was like real God's eyes and lanyards and a lot of yarn and a lot of like macrame.
Macrame, yes.
A lot
I
of
was really young.
a lot of guys
so
wearing the
then.
belt that was macrame and then had an extra 3 feet dangling off
The
it.
beads on the
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. You know why? Because you had to keep on keeping on back then. You know what I mean?
And what plant didn't hang from a macrame sling?
Right. Yes.
Remember those?
Yes.
Yeah. The hanging plants. People don't even hang plants anymore.
No.
Yeah. You had to keep on keeping on because you knew the fuzz was around, right, Drew? Drew wants to bring back the fuzz, by the way. AJ? Ajay?
Ajay.
How you doing?
Hey, Ajay.
Hi, honey.
Oh, wow. How are you?
Ajay is Kelly's husband.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's me. Hey, honey, I was wondering if maybe you wake up with a baby tomorrow. That's
Oh.
I know
Uh-huh.
you're gonna get home late tonight and everything,
See-
but I'm feeling really tired. And I
We
thought that
alternate
maybe
days.
I could sleep in, and you could wake up with the baby.
No, I can't do it for you, honey.
Let me ask you a couple of questions, Ajay.
Go ahead.
My problem is, as I was stating earlier, is Kelly's a very beautiful woman, but with the pump and the feedings and the upchuck on the shoulder and everything, doesn't she sort of become mama?
Yeah, she becomes mom. Yeah, she becomes mom in a way. I didn't think I wanted to see that, and then it just sort of happened. I saw it,
and I look at breasts a whole different way.
Yeah, they're like they become functional. They're like a tool.
But you can also enjoy them. Both of you can enjoy them in the traditional ways. You just have to put that sort of image out of your mind.
So it wasn't a hindrance for you. For a lot of guys, it turns them on. I think. I mean, when their wife or girlfriend becomes mama,
Pregnant or after having
just
the baby?
everything.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
Pregnant and mama is great. I don't know about the milk shooting out of your wife into a receptacle to feed your son. That's not so erotic. But I'll tell you, you can sort of disassociate yourself with it when you're together in an intimate way.
All right. I'm just I can't imagine myself pulling that off, and Drew thinks I'm sick because I think of it that way. But I imagine I'll just rally when the time comes, wouldn't you think?
You rise to the occasion.
You rally in all sorts of ways when you're a dad.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, well, have a good night. I'm going to go to sleep because I got to get up early.
Good.
With the baby.
I'll see you later.
See you guys.
Just the beginning, Ajay.
I'm coming home too, Ajay. Ajay, that's a strange name. He must swing. He's from somewhere. He's international, right? What kind of name is that, Ajay?
Indian.
Indian.
Mm-hmm.
Indians don't mind a second guy.
A little swinging? No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Someone's got to be keeping you happy while he's taking care of the kid. Then he can trade off. Ajay, what's he do?
He's a writer.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Indian writer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think. Are there many of them?
Yeah, I think quite a few. There's quite a few people in India. But
And
he grew up
they're
here.
right?
He's
Okay.
American.
All right. I like those Indian guys. They're pacifists, you know. They're not evil. Are they?
Such as?
Like Gandhi. He's an Indian guy, right?
Yeah.
He's a good guy. They're not troublemakers. I like that. Lynn,
Hello?
you're 20.
Yes.
What's going on? A lot of the nationalities are troublemakers, but not the Indians.
Let's see. I'm calling because I smoke cigarettes. And my boyfriend has a huge problem with cigarettes, so he doesn't know that I'm smoking.
What's his huge problem?
Huh?
What's his huge problem?
I don't know. He's really against addictions of any kind, really.
Uh-oh.
But when it comes to cigarettes, he just thinks they're absolutely disgusting, and which, they are actually, but, but he's...
But he's got a little history. Like one of his parents was an addict?
Well, his dad smokes, and he did a lot of drugs, but Nick, that's my boyfriend, he doesn't see that in a negative way, really, I don't think.
He doesn't see... Who did a lot of drugs?
His dad.
His dad did a lot of drugs?
Yeah.
So his dad was an addict?
I guess you could say he was.
And so his dad smoked, his dad was an addict, and his dad was basically addicted to a few substances.
No, he wasn't addicted to any of them. He just experimented a lot. He was
Well, then he smoked cigarettes, right?
Yeah, he does.
All right,
well, that's a substance that he was addicted to.
We're not going to get it from Lynn, but Lynn, why don't you use this as a motivator to stop smoking yourself?
I did. When we first got together, we've been together for 4 years.
How long have you been smoking?
Well, I've been smoking off and on. Like, when we first got together, I was smoking. And he had such a problem with it that I was just like, okay, I didn't, want to screw anything up, so I quit. And then, all of a sudden, about 10 months ago or something, I just suddenly got this huge urge to start smoking again. I was craving it, even though I hadn't been smoking for, 3 years. And so I bought a pack of cigarettes and I started again. And I told him, and he, flipped. He just was giving me a hard time about it all the time.
He's really got some momentum. I know you're not going to change him, but
I can't change him. I know that. I'm just not sure really what to do because I've started again. That time he was giving me such a hard time, and that didn't really make me want to quit. It just irritated me. But eventually, I did quit again, just on my own. But then I started again, a couple months ago.
All right, Lynn, what's your question for us?
I'm trying to understand really how to deal with this because I don't. It's like.
Are you going to keep smoking? Yes or no?
Huh?
Are you going to keep smoking? Yes or no?
Yeah.
All right, then it's his problem.
It's his problem, and you break up with him.
Yep. If he can't deal with it, your cigarettes are more important than the relationship.
No, but they're not.
No. Then stop smoking.
Listen.
And don't sneak either, because then you'll just resent him, and
but
it's not
it's
about
like
him. You shouldn't be smoking.
Addiction. is I can't just quit. Even
Yes, you
when
can.
I do quit, then I start again. I
Well,
don't.
go to Smoke Enders program or something where you can learn some behavioral management.
Try to quit, but if you don't want to quit or you can't quit the guy. This guy's got some weird momentum here.
It's how is it weird that he doesn't want her to smoke? That's
Because
not weird.
no, it's not. It's not weird that he doesn't want her to smoke, and it's not weird for anyone to
Or is it
really
just the
want anything.
control?
But
He's like a little controlling.
no, but he has some energy with this. Somebody was an addict, or somebody made him feel out of control, or somebody did something when he was younger and he saw it and it scared him, and now he's taking whatever
He's acting
crap
it out
that
in
he
his
had
relationship with her.
and he's dumping it on her, and I don't like that. Whether even if it's for a good cause,
Right, but I mean, he has to be clear about his control issues. But it's still, you shouldn't be smoking.
He's not copping to those. Hey, Lynn, he can't see any of those issues in himself. I mean, you couldn't talk about those.
I don't know. I could. I mean, how would I approach that? I mean, what do I say to him?
Well, I would say it seems like you have a lot of energy with this, and I understand you want me to quit, but it shouldn't be a deal breaker. I mean, it's not black and white. I understand it's not something you like, but, I don't like it when you leave your underpants on the floor, and I'm not dropping you for that, or I don't like it when you do this or that, or maybe, I don't know, if some people are vegetarians and their partner eats meat, and that's their thing, and they don't drop them because of it. It doesn't have to be a deal breaker, and he is presenting it as a deal breaker, and I think you have to ask him why it is so imperative to him, and if he couldn't cut you a little slack.
Because when I do ask him that, he kind of gets into, well, I don't want to see you doing this to yourself, that kind of thing. And it's like, well, how do I respond to it? I don't want to do it to myself either, but it's an addiction I have.
So his dad smoked and experimented with drugs, but that's as much as you know.
Huh?
He's not an alcoholic.
No, he doesn't even drink. He doesn't. He's very against it. He has a lot of willpower. That's how he controls. That's like.
Yeah, he's just a really controlling guy. And
All right, move on.
Yeah.
Hook up with a smoker and enjoy. Yeah,
well, either stop smoking or take the risks that you have to take.
Yeah, I don't like this guy though. Too controlling.
Well, there's a lot more here than we're getting into with Lynn. Okay, in terms of her need to be with a guy so controlling.
Right.
But they have to talk about it. If they don't talk about it, then she can see what it's really about.
Right. They can talk about it, but Lynn isn't really equipped to.
And
we could talk about it with him, and we'd probably make him cry.
Yeah.
But they're just going to get in an argument about Joe Camel,
right?
And it's not going to end up working out. Jeff,
yeah,
you're 16.
Yeah,
what's going on?
About 7 months ago, I used LSD pretty heavily for about 2.5 months.
How much?
I'd say about 15 times. 15 to 20.
Okay. Big hits each time? Big
no,
doses?
Not big hits, no. Like one. I don't think I ever used more than 2.
Okay.
And I'm still getting flashbacks. They're kind of disturbing and stuff.
What happens?
Well, it's not really too much anymore like the visual stuff. Just it makes me feel kind of paranoid, kind of like disturbed,
You consider those flashbacks?
Well, yeah. I mean, sometimes it's like a visual thing.
What happens?
Like most of the time, okay, like a few times it'll be, like I'll see stuff like that I saw during a trip, And other times it'll be maybe more just like little tweaky lights or something.
So it is a visual thing.
You said it wasn't visual.
That's not the thing that's bothering me.
What is bothering you?
It's the feeling that I get when I see that stuff. I get this.
All right, but listen, hold on. There's a visual thing that's triggering that feeling.
Is the visual thing still there now? When you trigger this feeling?
Not as much as before.
All right, what is the feeling?
Just this paranoid, maybe depressed, maybe just disturbed, kind of, after I see this for maybe.
All right. Something that's not uncommon after people have done a fair amount of acid is to get panic attacks. And I think that's what's happening. And whether or not they're induced by some triggered cue or not, you're getting these residual panics. I mean, flashbacks really are true hallucinogenic experiences, to have these waves of depression or waves of panic. It is due to the injury caused by these drugs, but it doesn't have to be persistent, and they are very common after LSD.
Yeah, I never did. I did half a tab LSD once. I was too scared I'd freak out.
In high school, I remember, maybe this was just rumors, people would say if you dropped enough, like 5 hits of acid, you were clinically insane.
Yeah, that's some weird...
For that afternoon.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's
well, no.
How long does it stay in your system?
In fact, it's a much more dangerous drug than just that.
Yeah.
It's funny, the wives' tales, as dramatic as they sound, are actually much, much less than the reality.
Right.
Well, I don't know. Being clinically insane after 5 hits of acid is pretty good. Well, we talk to people who've done 20. I mean, in one sitting.
Oh my God.
You have to sit
and
when
they're
you do
actually
20.
talking to you?
Yeah, they're actually more lucid than our average caller, which is amazing. Although we have a pretty low bar on this show.
No, come on.
No? All right.
The thing with acid is it is injurious to the brain. It destroys brain. And the most common thing is panic and depression, severe depressions that go on the rest of that person's life.
Max,
Yeah.
you're 20.
Yes. Last time I checked, I was.
All right.
All right. Well, guys. I'm married. I've been with my wife for 4. Been married almost 2 years now, and we've been smoking weed ever since. Well, since we've known each other. Well, but we found out she's about a month and a half pregnant now, and I think she's still smoking weed. And I've told her that I don't want to, but I don't really know how to go about it now that I'm pretty sure that she still is.
How to get her to stop?
Yeah.
Have you stopped?
No, I haven't, but I at least have the decency not to smoke it around her or smoke anything near or around her.
Well, that's big of you, but I think the first thing you have to do is stop.
Yeah.
Because I think you're going to have to kind of go through it with her.
Because it's going to be...
You both need to be treated. Look, this is serious, Max. She could be jailed for this, for child abuse. If a woman is pregnant and doing drugs, it is an assault on that child.
Well, yeah, that's the thing I'm worried
this
about.
is serious, serious stuff, Max. You want your child to be damaged?
No, that...
Okay, then she must stop immediately. You have to confront the hell out of her, and you both got to get some help. You have to.
Help as far as what?
You go to MA.
MA?
Yep.
Does she
You've
realize
got
it's
to
a
stop.
problem?
Excuse me?
Does she realize it's a problem?
No, she doesn't think it's a problem or anything like that.
Max, look, she is potentially damaging this child.
Why don't you get an abortion?
No, I will not let her get an abortion.
You'll let her damage the child, but
Hold on. I know, it's a sort of, it's a retarded morals. Hey, why won't you let her get an abortion?
Because that's my kid inside her. I mean, if
That's your kid that she is
smoking.
Don't get me wrong. If she doesn't want the child, fine. You know, after she has the kid, I'll take care of it. I'll take it on my own. She wouldn't have to worry.
She is
about
abusing the child now.
Yes, I realize that. That's pretty much why I'm calling, because
Okay.
I don't want my child.
Stop screwing with Max. He's not too bad a guy.
You know, I don't want my child to come out deformed or anything like that. You know, I love my wife, and
Okay,
I'm gonna love my child just as much.
Okay, fine. You sound dedicated, but here's the thing: if you suspect she's doing this, you really need to confront it and do it in a hurry.
Confront the hell out of it,
and get with it, because it's basically. You got another 8 months here to sort of rally, which it will pass in the blink of an eye, and you could potentially screw something up for years and years and years to come.
And to have intoxicated parents through infancy is also terribly damaging to the child.
Well, of course, I realize that. That's
So you
why-
guys both need to do something about this. And the marijuana addiction is one of the most profound addictions out there now, and you must be treated.
Okay, so let me put it in a nutshell. You may not want to do this, but you must become daddy, and she must become mommy now, and you're no longer just a young, stupid, stoned, newlywed couple. You have to act like daddy and mommy. And this, by the way, doesn't mean you can break out the bong when the kid's born either.
And he has to be relentless about getting her to stop, because it won't be easy to get her to stop.
That's right.
They have to be treated. They will not stop otherwise.
Okay.
Or if they do, they'll stop for a while, and that'll be that, and then they'll be back to
Because
being...
when you have kids, trust me, it's hard, and you'll want to light up after you have the child and feel like it'll take you away for a while, and it's not good for you and not good for the baby.
You didn't get back into the heroin at all?
No, I decided not to.
Good. You put it down. It's 9 months. You walk away from the ring. True.
People don't realize that the abandonment, the emotional abandonment that a child experiences from an intoxicated parent, even if it's something, a relatively mild intoxicant, is profound. The child feels powerless and abandoned, and it is damaging.
That's why I'm suing my family.
Good.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to call you to the stand, Drew.
Okay.
I'll give you a big announcement. It's not going to be one of those things where the court calls Dr. Dre. I mean, it's going to be
trumpets.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to have Rip Taylor do it. There's going to be like confetti and lights going all around the courtroom. I mean, there's going to be a lot of fanfare when you hit the stand. It's not that boring crap like you see on the practice where the guy in the bad suit walks up there with his head down. I mean, it's going to be a big event when you hit the stand.
What disappointment I'll be when I finally start speaking, though.
Oh, please. You'll testify. I want you to say bad things about me. That'll be more money. I'll be living in both my parents' houses. All right, we're going to take ourselves a little break, and then we'll come back. Oh, yeah. Hold on. Yeah. Ann? Sherry talking to you, Drew? Okay. Hey, it's Loveline. Ann. Not producer Ann. Producer Ann's on vacation. Hold on. Stop talking, Sherry. I can't hear. Oh, for Christ's sake. Did you knock it off? Yeah. What'd you find out, Drew?
Something interesting. You'll find out in a minute.
Okay. Engineer Mike is gone. I don't know where he is. Rehab or something. Engineer Ann, not producer Ann, but engineer Ann, is filling in for Engineer Mike. Engineer Ann, here's what we'll do. We'll do the big finger cue. Every engineer's got their own signature cue thing for when it's time to talk. Some give the head nod. Some give you the two fingers.
Don't let him push you around.
I'm telling you, just give me the finger.
This. Coop goes like this. That's all he does. Coop lowers his head.
Coop, the engineer, is like he's a black guy and he's real cool. He's
never
like super fly.
More. Never.
And he just sits there and he goes like one of this because I don't want him to think I'm a racist. Point to the white man. And he just does this. When it's time for you to talk, he goes.
No.
No, wait. He doesn't even do that.
He goes. He goes.
Oh, that's good.
And I just stare at him. Yeah. And he goes.
Yeah, right.
He gives that look like, when your dog's confused, turns his head a little sideways. That's what Coop does. He goes like that, and you go, what? What's that mean? What'd I do? Oh, it's time to talk.
Where's Coop? He's on vacation?
I don't know where Coop is. Coop only shows up a couple times a year.
I haven't seen him in a long time.
Engineer Mike is our usual engineer, and then Engineer Ann is sitting in for him. All right, so what did Sherry tell you? Phone screener Sherry?
We'll find out in a minute. Let's take the next call, and then we'll do the one that she wants us to do.
All right. What's going on?
Michelle.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah.
I know you guys hear this all the time, but I like your guys' show.
Thanks.
And Adam, I saw you on that Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place. I wanted to call you that night, but my dad was home, so I couldn't use the phone. But and my friend thinks you're kind of cute.
Thanks.
My problem is...
Hey, how was it on the Two Guys, a Girl, and the Pizza Place?
You were good.
Thanks.
She didn't notice. She just saw you.
What the hell is wrong with people on this show? Hey, Drew, I saw you on that Tattletale show. And anyway, here's my problem. It's almost like you're screwing with people. I know she didn't mean it that way, but I get pissed that people don't compliment me enough, Drew. What is that? Hey, I saw you on that show. Wouldn't you do that if you're screwing with somebody?
Yep. Michelle.
Hey, Michelle.
Yeah.
Hey, I saw your recital the other night.
Okay.
Anyway.
My problem is, I'm in high school. I'm 17, and there's this guy who's like a security type person, He walks around, makes sure nobody's in a fight or smoking or anything like that. And we were kind of talking for a while, and he told me, he wanted to marry me and everything after a while, and as soon as I turned 18, we would start dating and everything, and then he told me he wanted to marry me. But then, my sister talked to him about 2 weeks ago, and he told me, he was like, why are you lying and everything? And he was like, just pretending like nothing ever happened. But he was like saying all kinds of stuff to me. And
how old is this guy?
He was 25.
He's a security guard. He's approaching twice your age. This guy's a dangerous person.
Let me explain what security guards, the transition they make as you get older. When you're 15, the security guard you might as well be vice president of the United States, I mean, this guy's a big wig. He's walking up and down the halls. He's telling everyone what to do. He's a cool guy. He's busting people, whatever. He's got the windbreaker on. When you get to be about our age, take a look at a security guard who works at a school. It's a totally different meaning now, isn't it, Drew?
And how many people do you think he talks to like that?
Oh, he's got a whole new crop of freshmen coming in who he's going to marry.
Yeah, well, see, the thing is, that's that's what he told my sister. Well, I flirt with everybody, and she just kind of hung around. But he would say this stuff in front of my friends. And
Michelle?
Yeah?
Listen to what he said.
Yeah, I understand, but I mean, I don't understand why.
What did you want from him?
Well, the thing is, I mean, he's going around telling everybody that I'm a liar and stuff, and like one guy asked about me, and he was like, "Oh, she's a bitch, she's a slut, and everything," and he claims that he's slept with me one time.
What is this? Some kind of vocational school where you learn auto body work or something?
No, it's a regular high school.
Why don't you report this guy to somebody in administration?
I've tried to, but they didn't believe me. They were just like, well, he's cool and everything.
Who did you try to report him to?
That's ridiculous. No one said that.
Yeah.
He's cool. Let's do a little reenactment here.
Principal Smith?
Yes. Yes. Oh, hi, Michelle. How are you?
The security guard at third period that stands up from my classroom, he has been harassing me lately. And
Larry, yes.
You're telling me that
harassing you.
Telling me he wants to marry me and that I'm a slut and spreading horrible things about me over the school.
He's cool. Get out of here. Come on, man. Can't you chill? Chill out.
I'm going to call the fuzz, man.
What is your come on? Hey, baby, one day this retractable keychain, it could all be yours.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, and the little leather garter that also goes around it so it doesn't screw my belt up.
Was it Saturday Night Live or Living Color with David...
the hall monitor? Yeah, David Allen Greer. Hey, if anyone's listening and knows David Allen Greer out there, you tell that bastard to call me.
Why?
Is that a-hole... after I saw him, we're pretty chummy.
Yes.
We've been on the show a bunch of times, a nice guy. He gave me his phone number last time, and he said, he used to teach boxing. I said, yeah. He goes, we had to go out. We had to go hit one of those boxing clubs or something, go work out or whatever. I said, yeah, that'd be great. We'll do that. I'll show you a few moves. I said, fantastic. And I called him like 3 weeks ago, left a message on him. Said, hey, Dave, it's Adam. How about we go on this? Nothing. No callback. Getting the big shiv from the Greer man. All right, so if anyone knows him, tell him I'm looking for him. Michelle?
Yeah.
It's
me he likes.
Yeah, I think it is.
Well, no, see, the thing is, I mean, I told the principal, and the principal knows my family. We used to go to church together, and so, we're kind of like family close or whatever, and I told him about it, and he didn't believe me, he was like, well, he would never do anything like that, and I was like, well, you can ask some of my friends. He goes, oh, high school friends, they always stick together if they want to get someone in trouble.
That is ridiculous. Listen, there's two things going on here. Either you're sort of giving us your version of the story, which I believe, or you just have a horrible reputation as a troublemaker and a liar in that school. Now, which one is it?
A lot of people think I'm a slut, which is not true because I'm still a virgin. And so I don't understand that. I mean, there's been rumors going around since I was...
what's wrong with you that you want to marry the hall monitor?
No, it's not that. I mean...
Well, listen, what's going on with you? Where's your dad?
With my dad?
Where's your dad?
He's at work.
What's my dad doing in Israel?
Why? What is he ever done anything weird to you?
No.
No?
No.
Anyone ever done anything weird to you?
My mom left when I was in kindergarten.
Yeah.
And I have a younger brother and a younger sister. And my brother was 1 when she left.
Yeah.
And so it's been kind of hard on us.
Yeah. Had any boyfriends?
I've had boyfriends.
Everything okay? You have a weight problem?
No.
Let's see.
I'm kind of short for my age.
Kind of short.
I'll be 18 next month, and I'm like 5 foot, 2.
I can't understand why she's getting so wrapped up in this guy and why.
It's just reputation in high school. It's kind of important.
My dad used to beat me.
Your dad? Now. Didn't I ask you about Daddy?
Yeah.
He used to beat you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For like 8, 9 years.
Okay. Well, there you go.
It's only 8 or 9 years. That's hardly. Which from like age 2 to 10 or something?
No, as soon as my mom left, till a couple of years ago. I mean, he still hits us occasionally,
It's terrible, Michelle. It's horrible.
Okay, so your dad's kind of an abuser.
Kind of an abuser.
Well, okay, true.
I mean, when my mom left, it was...
Your dad's Charles Manson. And
no, I mean, he's nice and everything. I mean, it's just, he, totally gave his heart to my mom and everything, and she,
Oh, okay, Michelle, she was a druggie?
No, my mom was.
Yeah, she was a druggie?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, my mom was. All right. Listen, your mom is a drug addict. Your dad's physically abusive. And stop making excuses for your dad. I know
absolutely.
he gave his heart to my mom, and then she's
And now
a
he's
drug
taking it
addict,
out on you.
so he's got to beat me.
That's a load of crap.
Well, I know that he had no reason to beat us, but
It's a load of crap. You've got to start dealing with your dad for who he actually is.
And don't listen to this guy at school. Honestly, you won't care about him next week.
Okay.
It's got nothing to do with that guy.
Let me say something to all dads and potential dads in our audience. Stop effing with your daughters. It's criminal. They're a mess. They sleep with guys that are 40 years older than they are. They get pregnant at 15. They get passed around like a doobie at a Foghat concert. They get abused. They get screwed over. They get into pornography. It's a mess. Dads, stop beating your girls. Stop feeling them. Stop doing everything that you're doing to them. You screw them up. Believe me. And then they just go out their whole rest of their life looking for daddy. Because you couldn't rally for a few years. They spend the rest of their lives like some sort of character out of Greek mythology that just follows some shadow that it'll never get to. Meanwhile, bad relationships, bad divorces, then they have a few kids, and then the world starts really getting top-heavy with idiots. Stop screwing with your daughters, dads. Please, rally. Or just get a goddamn abortion when your wife's pregnant. If you're not up to it, don't do it. Get an abortion, you pussies, you cowards. My God. Smacking your 3-year-old, beating the crap out of her. How pathetic can you get? Who cares what your pathetic problems are? You don't beat your kid. For Christ's sake. You're dismantling the world. Understand? These people go off, they get hooked up with the 25-year-old janitors, they have sex in the bathroom, and they get pregnant. And then I got to come in and clean everything up. Christ's sake, all the taxes I pay because you idiots can't be parents. You get an abortion, you pussies. If you can't be a parent, then get rid of your kid or give it away.
Adoption, yeah.
Oh, put it in a basket and send it down the Nile. We'd be better off. And the kid would be better off, too. You make me sick, every one of you. When I'm in charge, I'm telling you, I got a plan. I'm putting the birth control in the drinking water supply. That way all the screwed up poor people who drink tap water can't have kids. Only the rich elite who drink the bottled water can have kids. It's my plan.
Let's go to break.
All right. Baseball's going to come flying at me. Kelli Williams is here from The Practice, the fabulous Emmy award-winning Practice. Yes, for the best drama. You understand that? Not the best lawyer show.
Best show.
Best show. Who'd you beat out again?
ER, X-Files.
NYPD Blue.
Oh.
Law and Order, I think.
Yes.
We're
Yes.
up for a Golden Globe, too. A couple Golden Globes.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone know what the Golden Globes are? I don't think anyone knows what that is. I mean, they've all heard of it. Oh, Golden Globe. What is that?
What's even more
I don't know
bizarre
what
is
that
how the categories break down a Golden Globe.
They're strange. They're
is
very
that for
strange.
movies or TV?
It's for
or
both, and
what?
it's very weird.
Is that the one where the people...
The Hollywood Foreign Press, yes.
Hollywood Foreign Press.
Foreign Press.
The Hollywood Foreign Press?
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
I don't understand. We talked to them. They came and they asked questions and...
Was it like a
lunch with them and...
bunch of Japanese guys going, something about Mary, that's funny. That Cameron Diaz, she need she got Golden Globes. Didn't they give like her one? And don't they always doesn't everyone always get outraged though when whoever wins those because they go, oh, come on. I mean, it's
Golden Globes?
Yeah.
Well, isn't it sort of, it's popularity? It's very much about who's
No, it's
popular
usually like, oh, you see, these are the real quality. The foreign press is not influenced politically.
Well, I don't know.
They know how to really pick quality.
I don't know if I'm thinking of the Golden Globes or I'm thinking of the
People's Choice Awards.
Well, there's one that just came out a couple of...
There's so many awards.
There's a winner of one of the top 5 in the last few month and a half or something. I can't think of what it is. I like the People's Choice Awards because every acceptance speech is the same. They go, this is especially special for me tonight because the people voted for it. I want to thank all of you for doing this. It wasn't just the Hollywood elite that had put inside in their gilded castles who checked off their ballots, but you, the people, voted for me, and I thank you for that.
Not only that, but there's always the MTV movie awards where it's, let's see, who would come, Jim Carrey, would he come up to? I have to give him a couple awards, okay.
Yeah, that's how MTV works. They call up Jim Carrey's publicist. Can Jim make the awards? I don't know. How many awards are you going to get? 2. How many is he nominated for? How many is he going to get? And then, yeah, whenever there's an MTV award show, the biggest star there always wins the 3 or 4 awards. And then Drew and I sit in the bleachers. Hey, did you get a gift? What'd you get from the practice? Yeah. You know what MTV got us? A pair of socks.
I got a pen.
A pen?
With ABC written on it. You'd figure we won.
Oh, yeah, they're
Emmy,
cheap. Yeah, I heard ABC's cheap.
Well, it's Disney.
Oh, yeah. Cheapo. Cheap, baby.
What'd you get? You got socks?
Yeah. I got socks from MTV, K-Rock, Infinity, or whatever we do with the radio. Here's the Christmas bonus. You get keep your job for another year. That's the Christmas bonus they give. They give you nothing. You get coal in your mailbox over there. So they're so beyond cheap. They have everyone just whipped. And ABC actually got me a 40-pound candle. ABC got me. I think ABC.
The pilot.
I did a pilot for ABC, and I did a bunch of politically incorrects and 2 guys in a pizza place or something, and they just figured I got on their list. I don't know how you get on their list. I made the candle list. I didn't make the mountain bike list.
I didn't make the candle list.
You got the pen.
I got the pen.
I'd stab him with that pen. Give me that pen. I'll stab MTV with it. Pair of socks. Better to get nothing than socks, though, isn't it?
I think I got nothing.
You didn't get the socks?
I don't remember the socks.
Oh, wait a minute. They told me one of the socks was for you. You want the left one? Which foot do you want? That's right. They're cutting back this year. Yeah, I heard ABC was just notoriously cheap because apparently they're owned by Disney, and Disney is just notoriously cheap. Listen, anyone who's listening to the show is not in the business, doesn't understand how things work. I don't understand it either, but I hear from everybody that Disney is the world's cheapest company. Just cheap bastards. And that's why you should buy stock in them, because they don't pass along. ABC owned by Disney, apparently. Colleen.
Hello.
You're 30.
Yes, I am.
What's going on?
I have sort of a medical question, but I'm sure you'll have an opinion on it, Adam. You guys rock, by the way. I get you up in Vancouver on cable out of Seattle.
Cable?
Yes. We have. I don't think you really have the same kind of thing. We have, like, cable TV, only it's cable radio.
Huh.
And so we get the Seattle station.
Oh, Seattle. So it comes in out of Seattle.
Yeah.
Got it.
It's not bootleg. My husband is uncircumcised, and his foreskin is tightening up.
Right.
And I spoke to my doctor about it. He's one of these typical males that doesn't goes to the doctor. And he's really terrified that he might have to have a circumcision done.
He probably should.
He's heard horror stories from people who've had it done about how painful it is and whatever, and he doesn't really want anybody messing around.
Yeah, but, you know, to be fair, it is a painful procedure, but it's one hell of a party. I mean, they have a nice spread there, some brisket, 6-foot sub, a lot of drinking that goes on, at least in the Jewish tradition. I'm saying, if you're going to have the circumcision, you have the party. Yeah, you turn it into a real blowout.
Have the moil come? Is that?
Yeah, you do it like a send-off to the foreskin. Goodbye.
No.
Bye, pre-pubes. Enjoy.
What is the tightening thing? What is that?
Oh, it's a common thing. The foreskin where the head of the penis comes out will sometimes get scarred and starts to stenose and get narrow, so the head of the penis can't come out. And that's one of the problems with having a foreskin.
But shouldn't if one takes the foreskin and pulls it back with some regularity, how can the thing ever shrink to the point where it won't make it? I mean, it's not going to do it one night.
It gets tears. It's the tearing, and then each time it tears, the scarring shrinks it further, so you try to do it again, it tears some more, and now you're going to do it.
Yeah, and he and I we're not together a whole lot. He's a truck driver, and we have 2 very small children, so we've been finding less and less time to get together, so I think it's sort of getting progressively worse. And
it's getting close. It's like a duffel bag with a penis in it.
Pardon me?
In a weird, like it's been cinched closed.
Right.
Oh, boy.
You should get the circumcision. It's not
No,
that
no,
big a
wow,
deal.
hold on.
like-
Drew loves the circumcision.
I know, and I knew you'd probably go for that right away. 'Cause,
Yeah.
you know, you're big on that. But is there any chance that masturbate, like through not continuous, but frequent masturbation or anything, it can be re-stretched or anything?
Possibly.
Like
He can
Yes.
try stretching it.
Let me give you my penis take, Colleen. I think you can. You know how when natives, they put those
Plates and
hoops
lips.
and the plates in their lips, and they get it out to here, and they get the earlobe. They get a trash can lid in their earlobe eventually. How do they do it? Well, over a course of time, they progressively put a larger lid in there, and eventually it's this big around. It's like a satellite dish. You could stretch that skin the same way. I don't think that skin is a whole lot different than
Certainly not a bad prescription is to
It
have
is
to
a-
masturbate for a
It's an
long
attempt.
time.
It's something he could attempt, and it is a little different.
Yeah, but
it might work.
I think this happened because he didn't pull it up.
Yeah.
He didn't pop his head through the turtleneck enough.
Right.
Now, what is
Okay.
this? You believe in circumcision? You're not.
I don't have a
Drew
strong
got
feeling-
his kids
No, I don't have a strong
circumcised,
feeling
so
either way.
now everyone
it's just that in terms of the health hazards that are there, I mean, it's so easily taken care of with circumcision. I mean, stenosis of the foreskin is a common thing. There are infections you can get in there, common thing. Penile cancer has never been reported in a circumcised male.
Never been reported out of a
See, I
circumcised
didn't
man.
circumcise my son, and
It's all right.
I'm,
Hey, listen,
I'm
we're-
glad that I didn't, because I just feel like it just seems so sort of barbaric to have to cut. It's there for. I just think it's there for a reason.
Well, what
and
about,
especially with sensitivity and all that? It's,
All right, I can
You know what I mean?
straighten you out on the whole thing. Ultimately,
yeah.
Doesn't matter.
no. Listen. Drew's right.
I mean, it's a
Drew's
shame to
right
have to
and
get
Drew's
it
wrong.
later in life.
Yeah. Drew's so quick to get it. If it was your penis on the block, I don't think you'd be working that angle quite as quickly. Oh, just go get a circumcision, please. Drew, think about your answers. It's so Pollyanna penis-ish. I mean, what kind of world are you living in? Oh, he's going to run out, go get a circumcision now? He's going to have to work it in. That's all. At least try.
Yeah,
and then
that's
he
fine.
can do it.
That's fine.
All right, I'm going to talk to Kelly about her son's penis during the break, and then we'll come back after.
This country became great without the foreskin.
Yeah. I would. That's a good point, Drew, which is, everyone makes that argument. Well, look at all the other countries. They're not circumcised.
There you go.
Look at what dumps they are. Once every 5 years, we go kick their ass. We take our foreskinless penises over there.
All those pissed off guys because they had their penises cut.
We kick a little ass, and we come back home and enjoy our shiny penises. It's not a bad reason to get a circumcision. As a matter of fact, these other countries ought to start circumcising.
No.
All right. That's it. All right. Kelly, thank you very much for coming
Yeah,
in.
thanks for having me.
It is The Practice, Sunday nights, ABC, 10 o'clock. Watch the show. See what all the talk's about. See why they won that Emmy for best, again, beating what shows? That's right.
All of them.
That's right. All of them. And that's true. All of them. All right. So, until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew. Oh, wait a minute. I want to thank Sherry. Sherry, the phone screener, who wore two hats
Did a great
this
job
whole
this
week.
Spectacular.
Producer Ann was on vacation.
Yeah.
Sherry stepped right up, and, she was getting coffee. She was giving out bios. She was here early,
guests.
greeting guests, taking care of business. Totally professional. All right. So, until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
This has been Loveline. The views expressed on Loveline are not necessarily those of the staff, the management, or the sponsors of this radio station. And you're probably not the views of Westwood One Entertainment. Loveline is produced by Ann Wilkins Ingold. Now, please listen to this station. Law